Hello YouTube, quick video for you guys today, something that I've been doing for a while myself and I've decided to start sharing with you because I'm seeing some good results and it's very easy to implement in your program because it's very light. And that is going to be the band curl. So for those who don't know what a band curl is, it's very simple. You're going to take an elastic band and you're going to tie it to a post or a rack or anything that's very stable and you're going to use it to develop your biceps. This works on two fronts. One, it's going to help with hypertrophy, but more importantly, it's going to help with the health of the tendon, and you're going to understand exactly why. So the way I advise you do it, it's not complicated at all, is just tie any type of resisting band at the bottom of a squat rack. Essentially, you're going to do it with very light bands because you're going to see that this is not something you want to struggle with. Because the goal is going to be to use this exercise as a finisher at the end of the day, where you either recruited the bicep or the tricep. If you do it at the end of a bicep day or an arm day, for example, focused on that muscle, what you're going to use it for is to finish said muscle and also to help prevent injury. And for the tricep, it's a little bit different. It's still going to serve as volume for you for the muscle, but more importantly, it's going to help deal with tendinitis in the elbow, something that I know a lot of you guys are having to deal with. So the way it works is very simple. You just grab the band as such, and since it's tightly tied down, it's not going to go anywhere. And what you're going to do is, the way you're going to place it in your hand is going to be like this. So in between those two fingers, and I want it deep inside your hand here, okay? I don't want it here, because this is going to put pressure on the wrist. We want it nice and deep inside the hand so that you don't have to grab it. You should be able to do that without having to grab it at all. And the way it's going to work is very simple. You're going to create tension. So now for the explanation, I'm not creating any because I'm very close, but you can just back like this and pull on the band to heighten the tension on the bicep. I'm just going to stay here for you guys. And what you're going to do is this. You're going to position yourself, let the arm fully extend, and then curl it up. It's not critical or crazy, and as you can tell, one, I'm trembling because of the tension of the band, and two, I don't have to hold on to it. This is important, because what you want to do with this is you want to deload the tension in the elbow, a tension that is always present because you're always grabbing. By doing this, one, the forearm is involved, two, the tension of the elbow is reduced. And you're going to let it go, let it stretch, so I want the arm almost fully extended, and up, and down, and up. And here, the idea behind this is that if you know me, you know that I like to do my curls with a partial range of motion. I never fully extend because I find that with heavy weight, it's a recipe for disaster for the tendon. But with the band, it's a different beast altogether because in this case, it's very light. And you're going to find that the resistance of the band makes it so that it's going to be tough from rep 1, but you can keep banging them out because the intensity is so low that it's essentially junk volume. So it's not really challenging the baseline, but it's not supposed to be. I don't want you to use that exercise as an actual mass builder. It's not going to cut it. It's a band curl. So it's used at the end to finish the bicep, certainly not to build it. But the idea is this. Today, for example, I did some curls with 125 pounds, very heavy curls. But I didn't do them with the proper full range of motion because it would be dangerous and counterproductive. So what I do now is that now I can get into the position and allow that range of motion and up, maybe even focus on the squeeze and the pump, which I couldn't do for my strength work. So this is the perfect way to complete that portion of the workout. It doesn't take that long and it's going to make a difference for the health of the tendon, I guarantee you, because if you make the mistake of always doing curls with a partial range of motion, if one day, for example, you mess up and you go too deep, there might be an incident because your arm has lost that function. You're not able to go deep anymore, okay? Because you're always here, for example. If you always do curls here, when it's time to go here, this might snap. And you want to avoid that. So you can avoid that very easily with a few sets of band curls. I recommend 3 to 4 at the end of a workout in a superset or giant set. AMRAP, of course, don't limit yourself with this. Just do as many as you can. And that is going to really make a difference, I guarantee you. And for the people who have tendonitis in the elbow, you will find, and I guarantee you that is going to be a given, that when you get in position like this, you set the band, you're going to do this, no problem. Then you'll do this, and you'll start feeling some pressure here, some resistance. Like if there's something that doesn't want to let you go all the way, and that's normal. It's because your elbow is damaged and the range of motion is limited in a sense. You don't want to go through with that. What you want is you want to habituate the elbow. So let's say that it starts hurting here. What you'll do is you'll play around with it here and slowly go down, 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 down until you can extend. And you might even hear a pop or even a slight like crackling noise. It's not the end of the world. You're walking through that kink in your elbow. Don't force it if it hurts, but go at it again and again, because that type of tendonitis is simply not normal. You need to be able to work through that range of motion because the arm is supposed to be able to extend no problem. So that's the number one version and variation that I described for you. It's the band curl. But it doesn't stop here because we can do a number of things with that band. So for example, if you're the type of person that wants to work the forearm a little bit more, what you can do is just place yourself to the side with the rack to your side and just do your curls like this. And this is also going to nicely work the brachialis, the forearm, and best of all, it's really, really easy on the tendons. I know a lot of people have issues with curls and they don't like to implement them in their programs because they find that it hurts their ability to do presses. Well, now you have no excuses. Not only do band curls not hurt at all your recovery because they really are focused on the muscle, but on top of that, they help with it. So you should be doing them. And the last thing, and I'm going to leave you guys with that, is, of course, the end all be all of the band and of using bands for resistance training is that when you're here and you're curling here, the band is fully tensioned, okay? So this is the point of the movement where it's the toughest. But guess what? It's where you're the strongest too, because you're stacked. And the more you do this, the more the tension decreases, the more the leverage is tough for the muscle and it gets hard, but the easier the movement becomes because the band is losing tension. So it's the perfect movement because it's accommodated resistance throughout the range of motion. And that's pretty much that for this video. This is again a low impact movement and I really recommend you add them at the end of your press days because you will see a big difference. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.